Hey guys, welcome to the circus that is Letecia's step. Today we're going to read the letter that she wrote to the judge and has been released. Here we go. Judge Warner, on February 19th, 2021, I was unable to talk with Judge Bain about my conflicts with my defense team due to one, the actual privacy of the booth and the transport over. I explained in detail to him expressing my concerns of privacy. 2, I had a very difficult morning mentally because I am not mentally well. One of the main issues with my attorneys is their lack of ability to gather evidence. Due to this, I find a little value in the term expert. First, they were unable to obtain my mental health records from Charleston, South Carolina, when I finally paid a firm in South Carolina to obtain them. In 2016, I was diagnosed with redacted and received treatment before work for over 28 hours of care. The school district even provided extra services and later let me medically resign due to the ongoing reality breaks. In 2018, I was hospitalized in Canada, crossing the border for 2 days and completed more of treatment when I returned. I tell you this because it sets the stage for why I cannot work with my attorneys. I signed release forms for them to get all of this information so they would have a better understanding of why I'm all over the place some days. I asked them to use the info from a non-biased doctor who worked with me more than 2 hours, but instead they sent a lady who was clearly an actress and friends with the DA. She spoke about him in an unprofessional manner, their history, and his election. Now, I'm sure all this was true, but I thought she worked for the court, not one particular side. My attorneys did this, page 2, to make me look like a perjurous individual. Instead, it was malfeasance on their part. I have included several reasons to support my claim as I kept a timeline of these conflicts. Communication is broken beyond repair. I explained this issue to Judge Bain, including the lack of access and visitation in complete detail. Inconsiderate of evidence. Since March of 2020, I asked my attorneys to preserve the GameStop footage, to locate the Texas police officer whom I spoke with, and to get the cruise passenger list. Instead, they spent months contacting my family for mitigation. When asked certain things, they kept saying they will let the investigators know. 1 year later, same answer. My evidence. I haven't physically seen any while being held at CJC for 1 year. Yes, COVID, but inmates were still being held as our constitutional rights were adjusted. Overlooking statute and evidence. They overlooked the competency statute about video recording. Human error? Okay, but this happens often with evidence in which me, the non-expert, has to provide corrections to evidence. Sharing info. They were texting my family and giving them info that they should not have, causing several disputes. Page 3. My judge. They filed that motion, knowing the county would not grant me new attorneys, to sabotage my chances of trial by judge. They knew I wanted to present evidence to him without exposing any info on my son's father. However, they created incorrect conflicts instead of addressing the real issues. They could have filed the pro se only instead of talking about my defense to sabotage my trial by judge. Defenses. Indeed, I am innocent, but I will not put myself or others in danger running the defense against my biological son when the system is letting 2 men run free who are involved. One is a prominent member of our independent business. They use the NGRI to get a hearing, knowing I'm not guilty, to cover up their lack of representation. Although I had bouts of insanity, and still do, I did not murder or abuse anyone, nor would that be a defense, because it's my understanding that you actually did do it. However, I will protect my bio son, and I will protect the drugs and violence documented from my stepson. The truth is, the court is holding the wrong person, and for the wrong crimes. This whole process has been nefarious, from denying me an attorney, threatening me in the bathroom away from the cameras to confess, taking advantage of me being delusional, threatening my other kids' freedom or else, etc. I am going to keep making it known, sir, just how much the, continue to the last page, state has done in this wrongful incarceration. I will continue to be an advocate for myself because I am not a murderer, and the level that the prosecution goes through to promote a wrongful conviction is absurd. Truth is, they could see a video from someone else and they would dismiss that person as a lunatic. They have far too much invested in this wrongful incarceration to admit they were and are wrong. For these reasons, and because my defense team is in cahoots with them, I am left with no other choice but to represent myself. Denying me my rights under the Constitution has happened throughout this process, from the detectives to the jail, and now my legal team. Every day I am getting worse mentally due to inadequate representation and being held hostage for a crime I did not commit. These are my conflict issues and my reason for asking to go pro se. As always, thank you for your time, Letecia Stack. Okay guys, that letter was absolutely bonkers, but we got some new information out of it. I don't know what kind of fever dream she's having with her peanut butter in there, but she's officially lost it. She's admitted bouts of insanity, having all kind of mental health issues, breaks with reality, I don't know. Major thing is biological son. Where did that come from? I feel like we are in a soap opera. People are dying and coming back to life, and characters you didn't know about are popping out on the side. I don't know what that means. I haven't found any information about a biological son. I don't know if it's one maybe she had younger and gave it for adoption. I don't know. I hope for his sake he's adopted and is out of this craziness. But from reading the letter, it sounds like she's blaming him for the murder. I don't know. Did you guys read something else out of that? Let me know. The second big thing I thought was major news is this chick wants a bench trial. She calls it a trial by judge, but okay. She's definitely not a lawyer, and neither am I, but I know it's called a bench trial. I cannot imagine that she doesn't want a jury, because she only has to convince one of them that she's innocent. With it's just the judge, I think she has already lost. I think she'll lose anyway, but she's already lost. The evidence that she's talking about, what is this nonsense about footage from GameStop? Who in the world is on a cruise passenger list? What is that all about? I don't know. I'm still digging. I'll update you guys if I find it. What else did you all find interesting in this letter? Leave me questions, comments, whatever. Until next time, bye guys.